And another sellout crowd expected here in Edmonton. They've sold out 244 in a row at Rexall Place. Tonight, it's the St. Louis Blues to provide the opposition against the Oilers. Time to check tonight's stop. Starting goaltender Jaroslav Halak. His last game was 12 days ago in LA. Was pulled after allowing 4 goals in 2+ periods. Nikolai Khabibulin has been awesome this year, much like some of the costumes we'll see tonight here at Rexall Place on this Halloween Eve. First of 4 meetings between the Blues and Oilers. And for Davis Payne, he'll begin with Steen, Arnott, and Langenbrunner. And for the Oilers, Ryan Smith, Sean Horkoff, and Ryan Jones. Blues hockey brought to you by Bud Light. It's the sure sign of a good time. Here we go. Underway in the first. Off the face-off, the former first runner of the Oilers, Arnott, had it, lost it. And now Horkoff for Tom Gilbert. Broken up at center ice. Arnott will dump it in. And Khabibulin, who leads the league in goals against under 1.0, has been phenomenal. Last year has averaged well over 3. As the Oilers dump it in. And Barrett Jackman on defense with Kevin Shattenkirk. Here's Jackman, tipped along by Sobotka, on with Oshie and Backus. And Backus gets to it now for Oshie. Working down low on Eric Belanger. And Belanger, a good two-way center iceman, gets it and throws one to center ice for Corey Potter into the blue zone. And then Shattenkirk far side for Jackman. Oshie upended, the puck pops to center, and now taken by Shattenkirk. He was knocked down. And it's Potter again. He was signed as a free agent. Worked in on the far side for Jeff Petrie, called up for the minors yesterday. And they also had to recall another young defenseman, Alex Plante, a former first rounder, as they're banged up on the back line.
They are banged up, and Andy Sutton, because he's traveling to New York to have the discipline hearing with Brendan Shanahan and Rob Blake, it's expected that is a 6 to 8 game suspension coming his way. But he's been a big body for the Edmonton Oilers, and yes, you're right. They've got a handful of right-hand shots. You're going to see a lot of times where they've got 2 right-hand shots in the lineup, so maybe the Blues can exploit that area. In the meantime, head coach Davis Payne of the St. Louis Blues and our Toyota moving forward keys to the game: crowd the crease, meaning push Khabibulin to the goal line, get around him, score some ugly goals, and physical against the kids. Obviously, we talked about the Nugent-Hopkins line, but they've got much more than that on this hockey club here in Edmonton.
Now off the face-off, the Blues flood the near corner. Scott Nickel, who was born in Edmonton, grew up in Calgary. On with D'Agostini and Grachev. Taken by Theo Peckham. And that's tipped on the far side by Leonard Petrell, a rookie from Finland. And Halak back to the goal. Tees it up for Koliakovo. On his horse to center. And then for Grachev. He can't step around the defenseman, Peckham. And now the Oilers up this side, but there's Pietrangelo. Good read for D'Agostini. Trying to step around Plante, who was a first rounder of the Oilers back in 07, 15th overall. Now Jackman lobs it back for Kevin Shattenkirk.
Oh, what a play.
Little head fake there. Now moves in and a low shot on goal. And a save by Khabibulin.
Great patience shown there by Shattenkirk on the point.
Now back to the left point for Barrett Jackman. His drive, big rebound to Steen. Wide open a shot, and Plante got a piece of that, and it went high and out of play.
Yeah, and Khabibulin quickly gives Plante a nice pat on the rear end after helping him out in front. But for Khabibulin, he is so good down low. He's got tremendous legs and strength, so he gets that pad out low. Shot by Jackman. I think that was meant for a rebound, and it did. Off the left pad, right to Steen. And Steen, who's got 5 goals on the road, that's tied for most in the NHL.
And off the face-off, Arnott back of the goal. The Oilers second in the league in blocked shots, 172. They also give up a lot of shots on goal. The Avalanche the other night in a 3-1 loss had over 40 shots. Now Langenbrunner gets it for the Blues. Out high for Jackman. And his pass down low blocked, and here's the veteran Ryan Smith, reacquired in the offseason after spending the majority of his career as an Oiler. Comes around, kept in on the right point by Corey Potter.
Now, some guys are just look right in the Oilers sweater, and Ryan Smith is one of them. Remember when he was traded to the New York Islanders at the deadline, couldn't come up with a contract, and Ryan Smith was absolutely in tears at the airport. A real emotional time for the gritty veteran. Once dubbed Captain Canada for as many times as he's gone overseas or wherever to wear the maple leaf and represent Canada. Tom Rennie as well, the head coach of the Edmonton Oilers, a large part of Hockey Canada. There's Kelly Buckberger, his assistant coach on the right-hand side.
Oilers win the face-off, and a shot right on goal by Potter, and a blocker save by Halak. And the puck fired down low by Petrie. Here is Magnus Piarvi, a 20-year-old from Sweden. And they give it up, and back to center is Steen, the hottest blue of late. 9th in goals in the entire league. And of course scored 2 in Vancouver and 1 the other night. And this is tipped away by Chris Stewart. Now Stewart trying to get going here, and the play is offside.
Well, it's been 7 games since big Chris Stewart has registered a point. That's a dry spell for Stewart, and I like the fact that he has taken responsibility. And he's not a guy that's going to shy away from it. But against the Oilers, and last year when joining St. Louis, had that hat trick against the Edmonton Oilers. He's a guy that just has to find a way to get one off the rear end, get in front of the net, pay the price that way, and reestablish his game again.
And it's his birthday today.
Happy birthday,
24.
Stewie.
And I think he just has to be very good away from the puck. You know, guys like him, usually the puck comes to you if you're playing good defensively, and he already ran over Nugent Hopkins on his first shift, and I think that's a good start.
Now Sabotka tips the puck all the way down the ice. And Jordan Eberle back.
Ooh.
On with Hall and Nugent Hopkins.
That's the way to finish your check, though. I know Davis Payne is looking for a lot more from David Backes, who just drilled Taylor Hall right there. Just drilled him in the open ice. Good hit. 2 good hits by David Backes to get that big body of his going.
Now Tom Gilbert back. Up the boards, cut off by Nickel to the front. A shot by D'Agostini just wide. Great play by Nickel. And now Grachev on the forecheck for D'Agostini. Grachev trying to move to the front, looking for his first NHL goal. He's wrapped up by Anton Lander, who was a second-round pick in 09. Now D'Agostini again. Oiler player lost his stick, and they're going to rule, I believe, a slash. We saw this call the other night in Calgary, and it's against the Blues.
Yeah. D'Agostini starting out on this 4th line with Scooter, Scott Nickel, and Evgeny Grachev. And we've seen that before with Davis Payne, that he starts him on that line and then slides him back up with Berglund and Stewart. Right now, Porter's there. There's one hand on the stick right there. And that was the rookie, Anton Lander. That's
Oilers power play.
That used to be strong on the stick. That used to be just a good play, good hockey play.
Still is, in my opinion.
Yeah,
good
me too.
play.
I agree.
There's Eberle, a shot last year. The Oilers went 0 for 10 against the Blues in 4 games. It comes around, kept in by Corey Potter. Now down the boards, Horkoff lost it. And Sabotka gets it near the line. Potter kept it in to Piarvi to the front. And what a play! And Horkoff buries it. And Horkoff makes it 1-0.
What a pass by Ryan Nugent Hopkins. He sets up the veteran, the captain, Sean Horkoff, for a tap-in. Difficult play for the goaltender, Yaroslav Halak, going from his left to his right. But it's all about the half-boards patience of Ryan Nugent Hopkins. The power play goes through number 93. On the right-hand side, waiting, slides it across. Sabotka doesn't collapse down low. Petrangelo's following Hall to the front of the net, and that leaves the wide side wide open right there. The lack of defensive communication by the Blues, and a read by Nugent Hopkins. He sees the seam, and he quickly pounces on that pass.
Yeah, the Oilers get a power play goal. Horkoff's second of the year at 5:38 from Nugent Hopkins and Potter. Now the Blues and Berglund back on the line to Roman Polak. A shot, and that was blocked in front. Never got to Hobby Bulin. And it's Eberle the other way. He'll scooted by Nikitin. Polak back. Now Nugent Hopkins comes in there, but Berglund picked his pocket. And here's Berglund trying to move it ahead. And now the Blues go back to the corner. And here is Chris Stewart. And then it's dumped in by Porter.
An underrated play that kept that alive was Eberle. Right at the blue line, right by the Blues bench. And it looked like the Blues were going to be able to get the puck out of the zone. Eberle spun around, made a great play over to Potter. Corey Potter then makes the pass over to Ryan Nugent-Hopkins.
A very dangerous play, too, that was, Panger, because if that's chipped out, it could have been a breakaway.
Yep.
But he did do a good job, Eberle, along the boards. I would agree with that.
First periods have been a problem for the Blues, and now we get an interference call, I believe, against the Oilers. The Blues this year have had a first period lead after one period one time all year, and they're behind in this one.
Blair Jones is off for interference. The referee explains the call to him. In the meantime, the power play has greatly let down the St. Louis Blues Friday night in Calgary. A 5-on-3 for 54 seconds and a chance to tie the game up at 2. Instead, it was a lot of perimeter stuff, a lot of standing still, a lot of waiting around, retrieving, moving, but not a whole lot of creativity on that power play. So Scott Mellenby, of course, the assistant coach of the Blues, the former Blues, somebody that paid a price on the power play. He really wants to get this back to meat and potatoes. Really get it going back to the point, firing pucks on net, not so much standing still. John, that gets predictable and easy to defend against.
And the Blues' hottest line is up front here. Steen, Langenbrunner and Arnott with Nikitin and Shattenkirk back on the points. Jones gone for interference. Blues slide it in front, but the Oilers in the right spot, and Horkoff will throw one back to center ice.
Not deep enough, though. Great hand-eye coordination by Shattenkirk.
And the Blues can't get it in.
Well, the neutral zone is so congested in that play. That's a little time for regrouping, huh, Bernie, and go at it again, or dump the puck in so you can retrieve it instead of getting stuck in the neutral zone.
Yeah, you got to play it real simple. I mean, that's the whole thing. Don't complicate matters here. I mean, get shots to the point, but come out together as a 5 group.
Now it is on the line across for Nikitin. Hard shot, and it got through. And the young Russian put it on the veteran from Russia, Khabibulin.
And I like the fact that Nikitin's a left-hand shot. He's on the right side, so that enables the one-timer. Nikitin is very underrated. Players around the NHL are going to find out that this kid never misses the net. And he doesn't take a big full wind-up, but he always finds the net. See Khabibulin through traffic. He's got Steen right on the doorstep. The rebound is underneath him. You can tell that he didn't exactly have a handle on it, but enough, obviously.
And the Oilers win the face-off, fired away. The Blues scored a power play goal on opening night against Nashville. Since then, they've gone 1 for their last 28. And a minute to go in this advantage as Pietrangelo gains the red line. And they play dump and chase. Khabibulin rushes one to the corner there. Sobotka steps up. Jabbed one back of the goal now for David Backes. To the line to Koliakovo. Quickly across, Pietrangelo fires it, blocked by Schmid. Ends up back of the goal. And now Schmid, the former Duck, who was picked up in the Pronger trade, fires it down the ice.
And as they worked on in practice today, Davis Payne and Scott Mellenby are just going through the lines. Sobotka, Backes, and Oshie head up this power play unit, and they play together at even strength.
Here comes Shattenkirk. At the line, Backes, good job. Oh, Shattenkirk was belted over there, slow to get back to his skates. And he bumps and has words with Theo Peckham. As Sobotka down his off wing, slowed up by Petrie. And now the Oilers get it again, and it's rifled away by Lander.
Eventful shift there for Shattenkirk, and he didn't like the cross-check he took from Theo Peckham when he entered the zone on the left side.
Blues 0 for 1 with one shot on the power play. Now the puck brought into the zone by Stewart. Stops to make a play, and he can't, and it was forced back to center by Potter.
That Potter has been a rock for this organization. An original New York Ranger, spent 4 years in Hartford of the American Hockey League. He's been good.
Signed as a free agent this summer. Blues turn it over. Here's Taylor Hall to the front. Pinball's around. Hall gets it, and a pad saved by Halak. He got over and got the right leg down. And now the Blues get it back of the goal. Jackman under some pressure there from Eberle and Nugent-Hopkins. And now Eberle again in some traffic. Played back to the corner, penalty called here, and I believe it's against the Blues.
It's on Roman Polak for dumping Eberle, but it all starts before that. Patrick Berglund has got to win that battle against Nugent-Hopkins at the face-off dot. This is where the Blues have got to do a better job. Get communication there, a pick-off off Barrett Jackman trying to play the puck to the left side, and Eberle was the one that tipped it, and here's the penalty. He's got the stick on one side and he's pushing on the other, and that's enough to knock down Eberle, and a minor call right there on Roman Polak.
Oilers 1 for 1. They win the draw. Gilbert. Now it's Belanger. They call it holding to Polak. Now Sam Gagner back for Gilbert. He walks the line. And then the youngster Gagner. He's only 22. Former first rounder, a shot that was tipped away. And it goes into the netting.
You're talking to Sam Gagner. Now he's truly a veteran on this Edmonton Oilers squad. He's a terrific young man. He's part of the original building blocks for this once proud organization that was floundering and trying to get back to where they were.
Well, the Blues don't clear it. Pietrangelo had it, couldn't get it out. And Belanger, a pass across for Gagner. And Pietrangelo got a stick over to break it up. And now David Backes in a big hurry chips it onto center ice. Here's Petrie, son of former Tiger pitcher Dan Petrie. And the puck shot around the Blues will kill some time on this Edmonton power play. 1:15 to go in Polak's minor.
Cam Barker would normally be on this, the former first rounder, third overall from the Blackhawks, but he has a bad shoulder, and that's why he's not playing in this game.
And this play is offside. Well, Carsoup presents Email the Booth. Go to carsoup.com/blues and email your question for us. We'll pick the best question and answer it later in tonight's broadcast.
It's got to be some creative question to try to stump the broadcast booth.
We challenge you, folks.
Yeah.
And off the draw, the Oilers, I believe, grabbed the stick. Potter, I think, grabbed Oshie's stick or got his stick up.
Kevin Pollock and Kyle Remen are the referees for this game, with Dan Shackty and Brian Mock. Both linesmen were in Calgary with the Blues. So Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, who now has 10 points in his 11th NHL game, gets a minor call right there. Hard to see that. One time he was wrapped around, but the second time his stick flung up at the very end of it. I don't think he even realized that it happened, and it was Koliakavos that his head snapped back there, and that's what the referee saw at the end.
So we go 4-on-4 for 58 seconds. And off the face-off, Carlo Koliakavo. Good job to hold it in now for Berglund. Down low for Stewart. Wrapped up by Schmid. Berglund gets it again. He'll deal it back to Pietrangelo. Now Stewart off the boards for Pietrangelo. In front, Berglund. A good close-in chance, and Javi Bullen got over and made the save. And here are the Oilers the other way. Schmid to center ice. Walked in by Gilbert. Wrist shot. Oh, pass saved by Halak. Through a screen. Good save there. Comes in front. And the Blues knock it away from the slot area. Now Gilbert gets it. In front for Horkoff, who has scored the only goal. He lost it, and the Blues the other way. Into the zone now for Stewart. Drop pass, and here's Berglund getting free. Berglund moves in a drive, blocked by Petrie, and there's another block shot by the Oilers defense. And a break in the action. 8:26 to go in the first. Edmonton up by 1.
Well, Javi Bullen has an opportunity stopped by his defenseman. In the meantime, Gilbert has a great scoring chance going through the neutral zone. He made something out of nothing right here. And you see 77 carried in through the neutral zone. Now he backs up two Blues defensemen backing off the line. That ends up being an excellent scoring chance and a real good save there by Halak. This one here, a little bit too long to let it go by Patrick Berglund, and it easily gets blocked. Never gets to Javi Bullen.
You know, Pang, we talked about this morning. If the Blues start backing in over the blue line like they did in Calgary, with this team and talent on this team, they're going to get smoked. Got to stand up.
You do. I mean, that was just such an easy dance through the neutral zone for Gilbert.
Yep.
He must have looked up and went, oh, it looks like I got 8 more feet. Oh, got 10 more feet.
And he's a defenseman.
Yeah.
Now the Blues in the power play. They're 0 for 1. And they dump it in. It comes back to the line, and it got by Nikitin and rolls all the way down on Halak. And his long stretch pass. And that's broken up by Petrie. It goes over the boards. At the Edmonton bench, they'll move the face-off deep into the Oilers zone.
Good decision by Halak there. He really had no other outlet. And so he had, you go to your strong side. And Halak gets that all the way up and nearly advanced to Jason Arnott. Thought he might have had a play beyond the fallen Edmonton Oilers defenseman.
There was very good numbers against the Oilers. Off the face-off, it's Oshie. He was belted down. Now to the point for Koliakovo. For Pietrangelo. Wrist shot. Hit his own man. That was Sobotka. And maybe on the wrist, and it's shot away.
That stung Sobotka for sure. Sobotka was great on the face-off dot the other night in Calgary.
Now Oshie, good pass. Sobotka in front, had it knocked away at the last second. Oilers. And Hall, clear-cut breakaway. Short-handed, trying to go through the 5-hole, and a lock said no.
Big save there.
And Oshie back to center, and it's offside intended for David Backes.
That Taylor Hall, boy, his skating ability, he took that in stride, and he tries to go forehand, backhand. He tried to make a little bit of a Mark Messier style move. Forehand, freeze the goaltender, get him to open up the wickets after the Oilers break it up. A terrific pass. Our Plaza Tire service replay. Here's the forehand, get the goalie to bite, forehand, backhand. Halak comes across nicely, and if he doesn't get it with his stick, his pads were down cleanly there.
Too hard a spot to try to score on the goaltenders now, Panger. They've got that stick. 90% of them have got, at least 90% have that stick on the ice. Just a great save.
Played on the power play. Power play has now expired, as a matter of fact. And Hall, he was rocked by Shattenkirk. Nugent Hopkins gets it. That pass hit a skate and fired to center ice by Shattenkirk. And the play comes back in offside.
Before the game, the Blues were talking about being physical against the young kids, and Taylor Hall last year faced the wrath of Barrett Jackman a number of times. Jackman came into this building and just played an outstanding game. Here, Shattenkirk reads it, bang! A real clean hit there by Kevin Shattenkirk on Hall.
Hall scored on a breakaway last year in overtime to beat the Blues.
That was the night that Andy McDonald tripped up in the neutral zone and had a concussion, a terrible injury early in the year to Andy McDonald.
Now it's Nickel back of the Oilers goal, along with Porter. Puck comes in front, and then Schmid will play it off the boards through the legs of Pollock all the way down, and no icing. Here's Nikitin. He's been a healthy scratch the last 4 games. Nickel gets it out. Shots 5-5, Oilers lead by 1. And then tossed in by Schmid. The Oilers, they've allowed 14 goals total in their first 10 games. Only 3 in the first period in 10 games.
That's goaltending, preparation.
And a race here, Steen gets there. He beat Petrie to it, now it's Langenbrunner.
Good play.
Back for Koliakovo. And then fired back of the goal. Arnott. And Steen tried to hunt it down. And now it's Ryan Smith off a skate, and it does come to center ice. Played back in by Koliakovo. Now Horkoff, the Edmonton captain, can't get it by Backes. And here come the Blues. Got a rolling puck there. And regathered now by Horkoff and thrown in deep.
A little bit of a bad luck there, too. I think that might have gone off the linesman Shakty's skate as well.
Here comes Vladdy Sobotka. That bouncer gets by Hobby Bull in back of the goal. Oshie in that corner with Sobotka. They take the man. That was PRB down low. And now Oshie trying to find it along with Sobotka.
Oh boy, Oshie's going to get a hit from behind right here. Hit from behind on Belanger. Oshie's trying to lean into him. Belanger was facing the boards and in a vulnerable spot right there.
And the arm went up almost instantaneously, and he'll head off. 4:56 left first period. Oilers up by 1.
Well, that's some uni there, John Kelly. Huh?
Very nice, yes.
Here's TJ Oshie. He likely thinks that Belanger is coming back along the boards to the right, and then he goes shoulder to shoulder. But you can see Belanger is in a vulnerable spot there, and Oshie trying to finish his check. And the reaction of the fan underneath that sees Belanger go face first right into him. It's the right call by the referee, and he gets a boarding call there.
And the Oilers 1 for 2 on the power play. Their power play ranked 12th, over 18%. 4 goals in the last 3 games. Here's Jordan Eberle. for Hall. Barkov screens in front. Taylor Hall back for Eberle, a very smart man with the puck. Now far side for Nugent Hopkins. Leads all rookies now with 10 points. Comes across to Eberle again. Eberle now fires it up high. Try to go high glove side. And then to Petrangelo in that corner. Trying to work it free for Backus. He does, and it goes high and down the ice.
Good play by Backus. He was physical on Nugent Hopkins, drilled him, and then he made sure by getting that puck off the glass and out of play.
40 gone in the Oilers' power play. Potter ahead. Nugent Hopkins, his pass blocked and whirled back down the ice by Sobotka. And Hall back to get it. He leaves it for Potter. And then Belanger. Gets it into the zone now for Gagne. Good read there by Shattenkirk. He stepped up and a great play to clear it away. And then Belanger again. Here's Gagne. After it against Langenbrunner. Back on the line now for Gilbert. Belanger for Gilbert. Over for Petrie. Fanned on that one. And it went well wide. And then Pollock trying to get it away from Belanger. Blues work it to the line, but not out. Gilbert. Little short pass. Gets it back from Belanger. It's Gilbert again. Now Belanger for Gagne. Gilbert for Petrie. On the outside here. Blues are happy with that. Now Gilbert again. Wrist shot. Tipped by Ryan Smith, and that goes high and out of play. Bernie Federko down in the crowd at Rexall Place tonight. Where is Bernie?
I'm hiding right in the back row here, John. Pretty good spot. No seat, though, but right now I think the difference in this game, obviously, is the special teams, is the power play. And I think just watching the Oilers' power play, what the difference is that they're very confident, very poised with the puck. Something that the Blues are going to have to do. Just relax, do the right plays, the simple plays, exactly what the Oilers are doing, getting someone to the front of the net and then just trying to go for the deflections.
Bernie, how many times do we talk about a guy that the power play goes through? Every team, every good power play, the puck goes through one guy, and it's, you know, Eberle and Ryan Nugent Hopkins are the two guys on Edmonton that calm things down and make plays.
On the half boards,
yeah, on the half boards. Exactly.
That's
right.
the key right there.
Oshie out of the box. He knocked an Oiler player down. Now Berglund has it. They'll throw one to the near corner. So Edmonton now 1 for 3. Chris Stewart on it. Too high for Berglund. And taken by Potter. And he goes right up the middle and back to center ice. 2.5 to play here in the first period. And then D'Agostini back for Koliakovo. And again to D'Agostini. Good play off the boards to himself. And then he ran into Arnott. And the Oilers pick up the loose puck. Schmid outlet feed now for Ryan Smith. Had a goal the other night. And the Oilers 3-1 win in Denver.
Boy, he had a goal and 2 helpers.
And they got outshot 41-19. Now it's Langenbrunner in. And his shot from the top of the circle, and Hobby Bullen made the pad save. Arnott there to keep it in.
Hobby Bullen's one of the best in the business at giving the 5-hole and taking it away. We made that one look easy.
And then Smith, he'll backhand one back of the goal. Pollock comes to this side with it. For Backus down into Keaton to his partner Pollock. Long stretch pass, too far for Oshie. And this should result in an icing call against the Blues. It does.
Oh, a Plaza Tire replay from Edmonton, Alberta will show on the right side Langenbrunner. See the position of the goaltender. He doesn't actually use his stick. He's given 5-hole here from ice level. You see the nice hard low shot. Gets right down there. Easily takes that away. No rebound because there's nobody else driving hard to the net.
Bobby Bullen had to spend 15 days in an Arizona jail this past summer after a DUI conviction.
Never mess with Sheriff Joe in Arizona, my friend. And never drink under the influence.
Absolutely. He paid the price.
Yep.
Now it is Gagne with 1:15 to go in the opening frame. That's batted ahead by the glove of Shattenkirk back to center ice. Schmid for Gilbert. Oilers' top defensive tandem on the ice. And now Nugent Hopkins, who's only 18. First overall pick. And Darren, you saw him last year in junior hockey.
Yeah, I can't. Doug Armstrong and I took a drive out to Red Deer and watched him play, and he won. They were playing against Prince Albert, and all he did was have a goal and 2 assists and a 3-2 win.
And you came back and told me he'll be the first overall pick.
And I just He's got so much, hate to say this, but he's got Gretzky-like vision, calmness, little Howard Chuck, little combination of all the great minds that have played the game.
Now it is Berglund trying to get some room in the Oilers zone. Down low for Stewart. He bumps with Gilbert. And then Gratchev comes over there. Plays one back to the near corner. And then Arnott. His shot, tough angle, came in front. Stewart, one poke, and it's covered by Hobby Bullen.
Good job by Stewart to get to the inside. There were a number of chances in that Calgary game where Chris Stewart, with that big body, has somehow found his way on the outside. And pucks were lined there. Here he comes to the inside. Now he's got to contend with a couple of Edmonton Oilers, including Gilbert and Nugent Hopkins, but he gets one whack at the cat, and then he gets another one. Hobby Bullen stays strong on the goal line.
And 5 seconds left in the period. Arnott against Horkoff. Who's brought back but can't get a shot, and that will do it. So the only goal by Horkoff on the power play at 5:38. Blues outshoot the Oilers 8-5. So a fairly even period, but special teams the difference.
Yeah, just one great pass through the seam by Nugent Hopkins to Horkoff, and that's all she wrote.
So the Oilers up by one after one. Blues Hockey on Fox Sports Midwest, brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit us at geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. And on this Halloween Eve back in Edmonton, Alberta, Blues Hockey brought to you by Bud Light. It's the sure sign of a good time. Here we go.
Another face-off win for Sean Horkoff at center ice. He was outstanding that first period, going 78%, John Kelly.
The Blues won 52% as a team in that first period. Here's Tom Gilbert back for the Oilers. Feeds it up to Ryan Smith. He chops it. Ends up back in the blue zone. And it's nabbed by Koliakovo. On for Steen. Steen 6 goals on the year. 3 in his last 3 games. Now Steen gets it to the front, around a couple of bodies, and it came in the blue paint, but it was knocked away by the Oilers. There's Steen putting the puck to the net again.
Yeah, that Ladislav Smid, though, number 5 for the Oilers, he's doing a good job of boxing out the Blues. The Blues have got to get inside on him because the rebounds are lying there, even for a brief second.
Now Gagne, little short pass for Belanger. And that was knocked away. Now Oshie picks the pocket of Belanger. Great play. Oshie for Backus, can't get a shot away. And then the Oilers play it up on right wing now for Gagne. He gains the line for Piarvi, a drive, and a good save by Halak. And the Blues have numbers the other way, led by Sobotka with Backus. Then Backus trying to work in around Petrie, and all he can do is get it back to the goal and go off on a line change.
Good defensive play by Petrie, just deflecting that puck. He's got a poke check in there, John. Otherwise, Sobotka could have been in by himself.
And Petrie's got a good stick.
Yeah, real good.
He does. He gets it in. He gets it in the way of a lot of pucks, a lot of passes.
Funny.
The Oilers in the deep slot. Eberle with it, can't get a backhander through.
I was going to say that his dad was a pitcher. He doesn't know how to handle that bat that well. I'm surprised that he's so good with the stick.
And his dad wanted him to be a baseball player, but he had that talk with him and said, nope, I'm going to play hockey.
He's a pretty good player. Disappointed that he got sent down to Oklahoma City. Had a good camp, but that Corey Potter actually beat him out. Potter was that good.
Now it is Stewart. Lobs one well wide of the goal. And then taken by Petrell on to center ice. Steered back in by Polak. The Blues making changes. And I believe an offside here.
John Kelly, we talked about the birthday boy, Chris Stewart. And it brings us now to our Geico quote. And here's Stewart, 0 points in his last 7. I've got to take responsibility and look in the mirror. We get the majority of the minutes, so it's plain and simple. We've got to produce. There's a guy that doesn't shy away from it.
Scored in the second game of the year, and then the next night, or the next game rather, in Dallas, and hasn't scored since. Now the puck back to the goal. D'Agostini trying to work it free. Schmid takes out Pietrangelo, who was up in the play. And then Schmid works it onto center ice for Ben Eager. The Blues get it back in Carlo Koliakovo. Now for Grachev, and he'll dump it in. There's Schmid, almost fumbled that puck. And then Gilbert a long pass to center ice for Jones. He just gives it away. Blues home Friday. The Canucks in town. 6 of the next 7 games at Scott Trade Center. Now Horkoff at center, leaves it. Brought along by Jones. Fakes it now to the net. And too far for Smith. Now Ryan Smith in front. Horkoff, that shot blocked. And a good job by Shattenkirk. And then for Steen, he fires it in. Comes all the way around for Langenbrunner. Strong on the boards. Trying to get it free. Puck in front. Oh, Steen was open, but Arnott's pass couldn't get through, or rather Shattenkirk. And now it goes down low. Here's Backus a drive, and it got through. And that was stopped, and the Blues are changing. And that's too bad because it came right back to Shattenkirk.
Guys on the bench were trying to tell Shattenkirk, turn around, the puck's right there.
Here's Backus. Fires a shot right on goal. And a pad save there by Hobby Bullen. Now Backus again. Shoots, and he scores! Backus with a rocket into the top corner. And the Blues tie the game at 1.
That is just a perfect shot as Tom Rennie looks on. Right between the legs of the defenseman, so that causes a screen, and then under the bar and in. And Backus has been really taking it upon himself in this game to just do the little things. First shot off the far pad, that's a good play. Sabotka can't get there because Sam Gagne's there. Now he looks, see, right between the legs of Petrie, and right under the bar and in. A wicked wrister. Short side high, which is really unique because Hobby Bullen didn't cheat. He didn't go down on his knees. He stayed up on his skates. He was very upright, yet it found a way under the bar and in.
His first goal in 4 games, 3rd of the year. Just a perfect shot by Backus. Unassisted at 3:58. And the Blues tie the game at 1.
Unassisted by Backus at 3:58.
As Berglund fires it in. And Theo Peckham to his partner Alex Plante, called up for the minors today. Now to Keaton, his feet ahead for Porter. He runs over Peckham. Blues get it. Tossed in by Porter, but shot back to center by Plante. Now Taylor Hall, he lost it. Chris Stewart gets it. He rifles it around. And then played deep again by Scott Nickel. Here's Nickel and Grachev working the boards. Nickel roughed up a bit by Peckham. Grachev with it. And then for Nickel again. In a 1-1 game. Nickel in the slot. Grachev a low shot. And that got on goal. And now D'Agostini. Blues warming to the task here. To the line. Pietrangelo. Pietrangelo feeds one backdoor for Nickel. It was just too high.
Can't ask for anything more from this 4th line of the Blues. I mean, they've been outstanding all season long, and Nickel's really, really working hard on the corners.
And now it's a giveaway by Hobby Bullen. But Nickel can't capitalize. The puck tipped to center. Shattenkirk had stepped up. Here comes Ben Eager. And chased down by Jackman. Good play by the veteran. Puck fired around. Gilbert gets it right point. He'll leave it for Lander. His drive. Look out. Eager the rebound, and the puck bounced on him. And that's a good thing. Now the Oilers again. Here's Gilbert. Fires it. Pinballs around in front. I don't think it got to Halak. And now Steen to center ice. Gilbert checked him. But then Langenbrunner follows up along with Arnott. And Arnott barrels to the corner. Feeds it in front. And now stolen by Langenbrunner. His pass, but knocked down by Gilbert. And the Oilers have it. Blues have picked up their intensity in their forecheck here. Now a break at center ice. But the youngster, Petrell, could not find it in time, and the Blues get it back.
At his first NHL point in their victory in Colorado just 2 nights ago.
And this is an icing call against the Blues.
Well, Ben Eager has a bouncing puck right in front of Yaroslav Halak. I like Halak's game. He's He's only not facing very many shots. But this one gets through. Now it's bobbling, and there's Eager right on the doorstep, and he boots it high and wide. Eager played last year with the San Jose Sharks, won a Stanley Cup with the Blackhawks.
Not for his scoring goal prowess either.
Nope.
You can tell by those hands there on that one.
Now Belanger to center ice. Oh, good step up there by Polak. And then Oshie a hit. He was tough on Corey Potter. Now the puck to center. Backus can't get anywhere as Petrie got it back for the Oilers. PRV trying to poke it in there. And Nikitin turns. Nice little soft pass for Oshie, who spins it back to center ice. Look out here. Backus almost stole it from Gagne.
And he pushes down yet another Edmonton Oilers player. He's a one-man wrecking crew here tonight.
That was a heavy hit on Theo Peckham. Drop past PRV. And a wrist shot kicked away by Halak. And the Oilers get it back to the goal. Now to Ryan Smith. Blocker save by Halak. And the puck loose in front. Steered away by Sobotka. And they battle for it. Some Gagne. Gagne to the corner for Horkoff. And the Oilers captain. He has their goal now to the line. Look out, Plon a drive. Rebound. And Ryan Smith. He makes it 2-1.
Boy, did Sean Horkoff pay the price for this goal. And typical Ryan Smith, he just sniffs out the garbage in front of Yaroslav Halak. But Horkoff deserves an awful lot of credit. Boy, did he take a beating. He and Jones doing the board work. Here's number 10, Horkoff. Battling, takes a hit here from behind Roman Polak. Puck goes back to Jones, shot on goal. And look at Ryan Smith uses his skates, uses his feet, pushes it back. The first one there, and he just gets it underneath the right pad of goaltender Yaroslav Halak.
And it's 2-1 Edmonton. Smith's fourth of the year. Now back of the line, Koliakovo. He's wide open, a shot and a glove save by Hobby Bullock. And the Blues will come back with this fourth line of Nickel, Porter, and Drachev. Oilers to center ice. Anton Lander in on the left side. In front. Petrie gets it out high, and a pass saved by Halak. Now Lander again. He does a 360. Drops it off. Eager let it go for Potter. And then back for Eager. That was broken up. But now Potter steps up. Here's Eager again. Shouldered by Pietrangelo. And he elevates the puck out of danger. Smith from Plant and Jones. That's 7:31. And the Oilers back on top.
Keep our eye on Sam Gagne. He just took that long pass right off the boot, and he's kind of hobbling around here.
Well, Petrie up the near side, tipped in by Gagne. Halak to play it. Up the boards, Belanger cuts it off. Now feeds one through the slot. And then Jackman chops it off an Oilers stick and out of play. So Ryan Smith, former first rounder of the Oilers back in '94, a big goal, and it's 2-1.
Well, we've talked an awful lot about David Backus, and he's got a goal in this game, and he's been physical. But the fourth line of the Blues, Grachev, Nickel, and Matt D'Agostini or Porter. On this shift, it's D'Agostini. Great work down below by Nickel. He just won't give up on the puck. And then Grachev ends up taking a little cycle here reverse. Now he gets to the open, moves his feet, and although he's below the face-off dot, he still gets that shot on goal. Then he battles, gets inside position on Plant. Boy, he's just been an impressive young man. Just a matter of time before Grachev lights it up here.
Had 3 goals in the preseason. Oilers off the face-off. And Horkoff gets free back of the goal. He is pinned by Arnott, who played as an Oiler as an 18-year-old. Scored 33 goals as a rookie, did Jason Arnott, before getting traded for Shane Corson and Zdeno Seeger to the Devils. But back then, Darren, he was about 190 pounds. Now he plays about 225. Yeah, 33 goals as a rookie.
He's had a heck of a career. Heck of a career. And you see on that last shift, 5-on-5 down low, the centerman plays the centerman. He gets inside position, good position on Horkoff, and the Blues are able to get out of the zone.
And here they come again, led by Sobotka. Up the middle, fires a shot just wide. Now Sobotka after it. And back of the goal, Schmid stole it. Up for Gagne. Son of former NHLer Dave Gagne. Rink wide feet to PRV. He is given a rough treatment and run to the ditch by Polak.
Backus is not on with this shift here, and he's off to the left side of the bench beside Elliott.
And now Belanger is down. Speaking of injuries, and he is very slow to get back to his skates. Under 10 to play in the second. Edmonton up by 1.
Physical problem with David Backus, that's why he missed that shift. It was a skate issue, and so he's got his skate obviously lost an edge, got that fixed. First period, boy, Eric Belanger took a boarding call from TJ Oshie, so it's been a rough one for the veteran, and here gets taken down by Sobotka. Now the one thing about Belanger is he's not exactly putting himself in a good spot either. I mean, he's turning quickly, facing the boards. That was a timing play. That's why there's no minor penalty on Sobotka, because at one point, Belanger is going one way, and then at the last second, he turns. There's no chance for Vladis Sobotka to stop on that play.
You know, Painter, in our day, we would put our arm up. When you're going in like that, you got to put one arm up there so that your head doesn't get smashed into the glass. You can still go in there at the same time, but you got to protect yourself. You can't have two hands on a stick in that situation.
Good point. And you use your skates to balance, you know, to corral the puck and eat it. Uh-oh.
No, Eberle set up by Hall, and a good save by Halak.
There's these young kids. Great setup there. You're right. See, Hall's in the corner, and Eberle gets to the quiet area. So Eberle's going to find Hall's going to find Eberle. There's Hall winning the battle below, and now he's got the puck. He releases, and in one quick motion, while the Blues are trying to retrace their steps, Hall puts it right in the right spot there for Eberle. Usually it's Eberle that's a playmaker, and Hall's the shooter.
And the Blues win this face-off. And Nick Nikitin to center ice now for Oshie. Good move on PRV. And he goes wide, try the toe drag, that failed to work. Now it's Sobotka. Lander is all over him. Backus trying to dig it free. But it goes to PRV. And down the far side. Forced wide by Polak. And then Roman gets up high on him. PRV to back of the goal. Knocked away by Nikitin. It's Peckham on the line. And that was blocked by a Blues player and kicked away to center by Backus.
Hard to believe PRV's got 0 points so far in 10 games.
And Nugent Hopkins, the first overall pick, has 10 points in 11 games. And all 10 at home. But he is a good-looking young kid. Now the Blues to center ice. Arnott gets it in there. Bobby Boulin flips it. Up high, Steen came in there. Down the line, Shattenkirk. Oh, that hit his own man, Arnott. On the way to the goal, and Steen was in front. Now Nugent Hopkins with it, slows it down. Pass back, and now a shot. Goes wide, it almost came in front, or Eberle had it, but now the Blues break it up, and a diving Arnott gets it out, and then back in offside. Well, this week on the Fox Sports Midwest Prep Zone, we kick off the state football playoffs. Find the schedule of live streaming games at foxsportsmidwest.com and watch our weekly show on Fox Sports Midwest Wednesday at 6. Fox Sports Midwest brings high school football home to you. Horkoff and Smith have scored for the Oilers. David Backus for the Blues. Blues trying to wrap up this road trip. Thus far, they've gone 2-1. Wins in Philly and Vancouver. Earlier this year, they won in San Jose, so they've won some tough games on the road.
No question about that. And here we are in a low shooting affair. Not exactly an end-to-end thriller, but the Blues are doing a good job of slowing down this fast Oilers squad. This is a good matchup, I think, for the Blues. Fourth line of the Blues going up against the fourth line of the Oilers. I like it for the Blues.
Here comes D'Agostini with some speed. Puck comes up the board. Pietrangelo could not get over to hold it in. And Gratchuk back to get it. Hands it on to Carlo Koliakovo. Well, Bracchev, lost an edge there. Eager had stepped up, and now Pietrangelo rifles it in. Nickel there to jab one back behind the goal. Bracchev with some good work for Pietrangelo. Wrist shot, tipped wide of the goal by Nickel. The Oilers clear the puck to center ice. It is Lander, a second-round pick in 09, a shot right on in the midsection of Halak, and no rebound.
This line, it all starts with a good regroup by the Blues in their own zone as Eager's trying to stir things up here on the ice. Nothing going on there. He's yet to have a scrap with the Oilers. And there's a work down low by Bracchev again, moving it back to the point. And then Pietrangelo has two choices. Go to Koliakovo, but Koliakovo is going for a change. So a smart play by Pietrangelo to notice that and then just put it on net.
Shots in the game, 13-13. As Nugent Hopkins steps in against Berglund. And the kid wins it back to the line for Petrie.
Berglund's been too quiet in this game so far. Too quiet. It's really, this line has got to get things going.
And the Blues roll it around. Porter at center ice. Now Berglund follows up. Here he comes, hands it on to Stewart. Back to Berglund! And he ran right over Bobby Bullitt. And that was a heck of a play. Just missed. Nugent Hopkins back in with some speed. Drops it for Hall to Eberle. And he scores!
It goes off his skate. Let's see if it's kicked in. Blues go down at one end while Davis Payne is looking to see if it's a kicked-in puck. Just as we were talking about Berglund, a give and go from Stewart to Berglund. Now Berglund and Stewart are caught deep. Ryan Nugent Hopkins back to Taylor Hall and then over to Eberle, and Eberle directs it in with his skate. The difference will be a distinct kick in motion, a propelled puck, or just a glance off the skate blade. Looked to me like it was a glance off the skate blade.
I agree. Looking at it live, it did not appear that he kicked at the puck, but we'll try and get some other angles.
What a play by Hall, though, because I thought Hall from my angle was going to shoot that. I mean, it was just a drop pass, and I thought for sure that he was going to shoot it, and he just went across to the right side, and it's amazing. These kids really know each other right now. Look at this. It looks like he's going to shoot it.
Left side of your screen, though, is where it goes off the skates of Eberle. Doesn't get on the tape as Hall, you're right. He looks like he's shooting. Everybody goes towards him. The right skate blade of Eberle just turns ever so slightly. But again, his skates are on the ice, and it just glances off them. I mean,
I would say that's hard to disallow that.
Oh, me too. I totally agree with you. I don't think it's a kicked-in puck whatsoever, and I think the spirit of the rules allow a goal like that.
Yeah, you think that he's trying, if he's kicking it, he's trying to kick it up to his own stick. You know, he's not trying to propel it into the net. That would be...
There's been a lot of discussion about if your skate blades are on the ice and a puck glances off them, regardless, it's a goal. You know, so there's a lot of discussion on the left side. So the pass is behind him instead of ahead of him on the stick, and that's why he uses his skate blades parallel to his stick there. Everyone intense, very intense looking at this right here.
Yeah, this is a tough call. It really is.
Yeah.
Because there is the skates are going forward.
But I think we got an answer.
I would be surprised if it's overturned.
So would I. It's been called a goal on the ice, so it needs conclusive evidence by the gentleman upstairs and the war room in Toronto, led by Mike Murphy.
Former Blue.
I think if you're on the bench, and if I'm on that bench as part of the coach staff, you tell the boys, we're down 3-1. Let's get ready.
Yeah, for a great shift coming out of this. Actually, either way, Panger, I mean, if it's a break and they disallow it, it's even more that you got to come up with a big bounce back here.
Well, it looks like that Kevin Pollock has the answer.
further review, the call on the ice stands. It's a good goal.
So another point for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, 2 assists in this game. And Jordan Eberle cashes in. Halak is expecting it to be on his stick. That's why he pushed over to his left. Doesn't expect this puck to go off the skates, and it ends up going between his legs. He's getting snowed on there by Petrie, the defenseman. And Eberle gets a pat on the back from the former Oiler, Kelly Buchberger.
His 3rd of the year from Hall and Nugent-Hopkins at 13-16. So the Oilers have a 2-goal lead. Now it's David Backes. He'll whip it back to the Oilers' net. Sobotka comes in along with Oshie. Now Horkoff, he'll leave it for Tom Gilbert. Up to Jones, and the puck slid to center ice. And now Gilbert spins around. Worked over by Oshie. And off the boards to center. Blues get it back. Too far for D'Agostini. And chipped out of the zone. Jones gave it away. Here's Shattenkirk now for Oshie. Drop pass, D'Agostini, a shot right on goal, and a save there by Hobby Buller.
Davis Payne's made a change. Sobotka not on this line. D'Agostini moved up.
Now D'Agostini against Schmid. He gets it out of the corner, and Jackman could not hold it in. Now the Blues tag up. Ryan Smith drops it off. Here is Gilbert with 5:40 left in the second period. And the Oilers a 3-1 advantage, trying to win their 5th in a row. Last year, as they finished last overall, their longest winning streak was 4 in a row. But they're off to their best October in a long time, since 01-02. Blues give it up, and Eager a shot! Oh, and a save there. After a giveaway, and Eager had his second scoring chance of the period. Put that one on goal, and Halak made the save.
Nice to see cameraman Bruce Becker in the spirit of Halloween tonight at Rexall Place in Edmonton. And it brings us now to our Taco Bell big save, and why wouldn't it? Already down 3-1. Jackman trying to go up the middle. It goes off Grachev, and right in the wheelhouse. He tries to come back and block the shot and help out his goaltender for the turnover. Halak pushes out, gets to the top, makes the save with no rebound.
Well, it was about shot the Blues 10-6 in this period, and outchanced them 6-3. And more importantly, outscored them 2-1 in the second. And 3-1 for the game. Now it is Jamie Langenbrunner trying to hit Steen at center ice. And then play back for Petrie, and then for Jones. Off Horkoff's stick. Now Ryan Smith lobs it toward the goal, and that's steered wide by Halak. Horkoff back of the goal. Ryan Smith, the wraparound, and a save there by Halak. Boy, the Blues the other way.
He is so good at taking pucks off the boards. Ryan Smith, there's no curve on his stick. Still has a wooden insert. Heavy log it is.
And the Oilers get it out. Well, we talked about the Oilers and their young defense, their injuries. Blues have not capitalized. Now here's a break for Pietrangelo. Spins around, gets it in front. Intended for Sobotka. And then Oshie's pass blocked.
Nugent-Hopkins was the one right on Pietrangelo right there, coming back deep in his zone. Pietrangelo had a chance to fire that on his forehand, and he elected to do a Servardian-like spinorama.
On a 2-on-1. Now it's Sobotka. And to center ice, scooped along by Pietrangelo. Hobby Bullen far side.
John, what I don't like about a 3-1 deficit late in the second is that Hobby Bullen is in net for Edmonton. And he hasn't been overly tested, but with a 3-1 lead going into the final 20 minutes, if it stays there, is pretty strong.
And now we get a whistle and a boarding penalty, I believe.
No, I think it's an unsportsmanlike conduct, I think the motion was.
2 minutes boarding.
Oh, you're right, guys, sorry.
Backes on the right side of your screen there. I think by his skates connected with the skates of Gilbert, and then he adds that extra shove push. Dan Carcillo on a different kind of play. Just got suspended for 2 games for what I used to call the Marty LaPointe push. But Backus has been physical in this game. There he gets nailed.
Oilers 1 for 3 on the power play.
There's a high stick there on Pietrangelo. Didn't get it. Didn't get called. Oh boy.
Here is Jackman. He'll feed it down the far side. By the way, in the Backus goal, they've given an assist on the goal now to Vladdy Sobotka. So the goal Backus from Sobotka at 3:58. Blues short-handed. Pietrangelo kills some time.
He was trying to get off for a change. He took his glove off there and was trying to, I think he took one high in the chicklets.
And now Gagne back in his own zone. Trying to get the wheels going here. And that pass for Petrie picked up by Piarvi. Petrie again. Piarvi up the middle. Left it. Gagne a shot up high on Halak. He made the save. And then dealt back to Petrie. Right point for Gilbert. Gilbert, a shot, and rebound. Ryan Smith on the doorstep. And it's 4-1.
Two power play goals for the Edmonton Oilers in this game. Special teams, so significant here. Shot, rebound, Smith right on the doorstep. Where are you going to score goals in this league? Right there. Shattenkirk's next to him. Smith beats him to the puck, and he just pushes it to the far side, off the post and in.
And for Ryan Smith, the 270th goal as an Oiler, 5th all-time in their great history. And he gets a lot of the power play. 151, 5th active. And the Oilers have broken it open. It's 4-1.
His 5th on the year at 10th point.
And as you said earlier, he's coming off a 3-point effort in Colorado.
At home against Washington in a win, it was the young kids that kept up with the pace and made plays. And
now Stewart gets a breakaway here, and he was tripped up, but no call.
Nothing at all.
Wow,
Holy
he was
jumping.
fitted by Berglund, and Stewart was tripped up.
Yeah, the bench is right underneath us, and every one of the players and coaches up in arms, wondering why there's no call there.
I was thinking penalty shot. Wow. Now Pollock for the Blues. Too far for Arnott. Pietrangelo check there. Eberle. He's in the clear. Oh, what a save! Hall was robbed by Halak. The red light came on.
Holy jumping.
They thought it was in, but Halak made a brilliant save on Taylor Hall. And that's the save of the game to keep the Blues in it.
Hall can't believe it. Oh, the Blues are just getting sloppy in their own zone
Arnott
here.
gave that away. Now Hall with it again, a shot. And Arnott got over, blocked it. And it goes out of play.
Let's go back to Stewart's opportunity as Hall can't believe that stop by Halak. Pass by Berglund. Stewart's in. Tripped right there. The stick clearly trips him up. He doesn't toe pick without that stick being right there. And I agree with you. I think that was a great penalty shot. And there's that chance by Hall. What a play by Eberle here. Buys some time, puts it back over, and boy, Hall can't believe it. Great reaction save by Halak with his right pad.
The last Oilers goal, Smith from Gilbert on the power play at 17:50. Oilers up 4-1. Oilers again. And a great chance fired wide by Petrell. He was wide open. And the Blues have gotten real sloppy here in the second period. Now Ben Eager right in front.
Third shot of the game, of the period for Eager. This fourth line now is really taking it to another level for Edmonton. But boy, are the Blues getting just sloppy.
In their first 10 games, the Oilers only one time have allowed more than 2 goals. That was against Vancouver when they lost 4-3. So the Blues fighting an uphill battle now. They can't get in another 2-on-1. Ryan Smith for the hat trick. And a save by Halak. As he got over, they made a good stop there. And then Jones throws one to the corner. Chopped that by Koliakovo. Now Berglund on for Oshie. And then back for Berglund. through a couple of Oilers. And then the Roman Polak, a shot. And a good save there by Hobby Bullock. Has not been tested too often here in the second period.
No, but that was a good one there. And Stewart's gone right after Theo Peckham, and they're going to go. They're going to drop him here, I think.
And Peckham looks at the scoreboard and says, I don't want to fight with our team up 4-1.
They fought before. They've had some battles. You see Theo Peckham, he's got his arms out to the side. He's not afraid to go. I mean, make no mistake about that. But Stewart's not happy with a few things that have taken place, and a guy like Stewart, this can get the birthday boy going too.
And now Langenbrunner comes on the ice and bumps Peckham.
Well, with the Blues getting sloppy in their own zone, I mean, Yaroslav Halak's had to come up with some real good save just to keep this a 4-1 game.
And at the buzzer, dumped in by Nikitin. Well, the Blues on this 4-game road trip, Darren, I don't think there's any question that was their sloppiest period of the road trip.
That was horrible. It was an awful period. There's no two ways about it. No stops and starts, bunch of turning, putting pucks in bad areas, inside their own zone, careless plays. The fourth line of the Edmonton Oilers had 3 unbelievable scoring chances. The fourth line.
Yeah, Ben Eager had better hands. He would have had 2 or 3 in that period. Blues outshot 16-8 in the period, outscored 3-1. And after 40 minutes, Edmonton up 4-1. And welcome back to Edmonton, where it's time for tonight's 4-game summary.
And Borkov cashing in as we take a look at the goals. David Backus firing one high under the bar, and that got the Blues right into it, tying it at 1 apiece. But then just some lethargic play in their own zone by the Blues. Eberle gets a break with that one off his skate. And then again, about 8 feet from the goal line is Ryan Smith once again, where he has made a terrific living in the National Hockey League. 4-1 right now. Smith has got 2. 4th and 5th goals of the season. The power play for Edmonton, they've scored 2 goals.
Oilers win leading after 2, a record of 4-1-1. The Blues win trailing 1-3. As the lock tees it up for Koliakovo. Now Arnott for Langenbrunner. And then Koliakovo. Here's Arnott up the middle. Schmid got over, made a great defensive play. And the puck chipped to center ice. Koliakovo now for Pietrangelo. And he blasted around the boards, and that perhaps hit a photographer's hole in the glass or something. I'm not sure where that puck went.
You know, the one area in this third period that the Blues are going to have to do a better job is, as Coach Davis Payne says, extend the shifts. There's the hole in the glass right there, and it did go there. That's why the faceoff is at center ice right now. Good pickup by our all-world team of truck people.
That would be our production crew. Or in layman's term. I like that one. Now it is D'Agostini, Stewart, and Berglund on the ice. Here comes Eberle. Eberle stops to make a play. And we recall Stewart was quite agitated late in that second period. We'll see if he brings it into the third period, Darren. He needs to play with an edge.
Yes, he does. There's no question about it. Something has greatly been missing in his game.
And this is an icy call here against the Blues. Both Stewart and Berglund are -2 tonight. Backus leads the Blues with 3 shots on goal and, of course, has their only goal.
Now, Davis talked about getting that puck in deep into the zone, and I think the Blues really need to not worry about anything else but getting the puck inside that hash mark, inside the corners, and really work this defense. They've not been able to do it for any extended a period of time, and I think that's really been the difference in this game. You got a forecheck.
Well, especially when you're looking, I mentioned the defenseman that, you know, Ladislav Schmid and certainly Gilbert have been the horses on the blue line. Oh, goodness.
Well, the Blues cough it up and almost kick it in their own net. And now D'Agostini comes over and flies one to center ice.
But you're talking about the likes of Alex Plant, Corey Potter, Jeff Petrie, Theo Peckham.
Yep.
You know, I mean, you got You got to be able to grind them down and force them into mistakes. Instead, you know, they've done their job.
Minor penalty called here, I think. Keaton was roughed up back of the goal. He had lost his stick. And now the Blues get Halak off for the extra man.
Scott Mellamy said that to Bernie Federko in between periods. Get maybe a power play early, see if they can get him back in the game.
Now it's Oshie going wide. With some time back there. Gets it in front and a shot by Backus and a save by Hobby Boulin. And now we get the whistle.
Oshie doing his part. Easily got away from Theo Peckham on the right side. Made a play behind the net. And here comes the call right now.
2 minutes boarding.
Boarding call right there on Belanger that has been boarded twice in this game himself. And there's a stick jammed in there.
I think that's the
Keaton Zamboni.
stick.
Yep. And the Keaton getting jammed in there. If that's the call right there, I think that's a terrible call. I mean, it obviously benefits the Blues, but I mean that is just not a good call. I thought he played that perfectly. Belanger did.
Yeah, that's a 4-1 Oiler call.
Wow.
2 minutes for boarding.
And the Blues 0 for 2 in the power play.
56 seconds.
And they just flashed that on the Jumbotron, and that's why we're seeing hearing the booing, guys.
Last year the Blues were 5-15 against the Oilers in their 4-game series. Steen back of the goal. Steers it back for Shattenkirk. To Keaton, now to Shattenkirk, tips it, but Arnott didn't read that. Now he plays it low. Steen feeds it in front. Here's Shattenkirk trying to jump up. And then back of the goal. Steen missed it. Around for Langenbrunner. Now to Keaton with it. Good play. Backhand flip for Langenbrunner. And then worked down low, and then Arnott just missed it. Had his pocket picked by Gilbert. And puck fired away by Ryan Smith.
Let's just say that's a make-up call, maybe for the non-call on Stewart on the trip, guys.
So then you make 2 bad calls. Now it is Stewart down the near side.
I just can't believe how disinterested the Blues are here with the man advantage.
Here's Koliakovo with some room, a shot. Rebound, Stewart in front.
Is it in?
And it's
in.
It is. The red light is on. The Blues have tipped it in. Somebody jammed that in as the net came free, and they might look at that. But the Blues apparently have scored.
Yeah, it's called a goal on the ice. But you're right. The time in which the puck crosses the goal line, the net goes off. So it's a bad call against Belanger. The Blues look so unorganized, and yet just a shot from the point, deflected, chipped, and oh, that's in the net. Yeah, that's clearly in the net before the net gets dislodged from Plaza. Tire service replay here. There, it's in the net at that point, and then the net comes off its moorings. Backus in front of it. Isn't that something? Go to the point, shot on goal, a player in front of the net, and a goal. And I think that Pietrangelo is going to get credit for the goal. 27 stick is right there. And there were enough pieces of lumber in there hacking and whacking away.
I think it's either Pietrangelo or Backus.
Yes.
But it looked like that last whack was done by Pietrangelo.
I totally agree with you there.
And isn't that what we talked about, simplifying the power play? Get it to the net and crash it. What, with their 5 bodies there? That's the way to score a goal if things aren't going well.
Well, they perhaps looked at a potential kick in there, but it's been ruled a good goal. And a power play goal for the Blues. Their 3rd power play goal of the year, and it cuts the lead to 4-2. Well, they give the goal to Stewart.
The assist to number 27, Alex Pietrangelo. The time, 3 minutes.
So Chris Stewart gets the goal. The birthday boy. 3rd of the year. See if that gets the Blues jump-started here. And now Shattenkirk gets the Botka. Down low for TJ Oshie. Oshie trying to work off the board. Centers it, but D'Agostini missed it. And Eberle feeds the puck up the near side for Petrie. Trying to cut in. And a pad save by Halak, and then it hits something and went just wide. And now Jackman gets it back for the Blues.
And D'Agostini is very slow to get off the ice. He is banged up here.
He and Oiler went heavily into the net and then the end boards. Here comes Gagne to center ice. So Stewart gets the goal, his first goal in 8 games. Now Arnott trying to jump through a seam, and that goes just wide of the goal. And PRB with it for Edmonton, on for Gilbert. And he'll place the puck around the boards. Comes all the way back and into the Oilers zone. Pietrangelo and now Backes get the assist on the goal. So David Backes 2 points tonight. On Stewart's third of the year. Here's PRB. Long feed to center, blocked by Pietrangelo. Here's Berglund up the middle. He's got room. Left it for Stewart. Right in, a shot on Hobby Bullen. A great save there on Stewart. Now Berglund gets it and puts that on goal, and Hobby Bullen has it.
Good play by Patrick Berglund. It's the first time in this game that he has been a significant factor, taking control of it. And because of the space that he develops there, and he's on the ice with David Backes. Backes having words with Peckham again. Peckham, a main target here of the St. Louis Blues. Our Mazda drive to the net right here. Shot, rebound. I don't know how they gave that to Stewart, to be honest with you.
He wasn't even there.
No, I mean, he chipped it left, and they're saying that it might have gone off of a Blue before that. I mean, not a Blue, excuse me, an Oiler, but no, it should be Pietrangelo's goal.
I think they're thinking that Hobby Bullen knocked that in himself after the puck came across.
I agree. I agree that that's what they're thinking. You're right, Bernie. Yep.
But there's a pulse here now. There's a pulse.
Yes, there is. Here's a shot by Porter from the wing, and that was tipped away by Corey Potter.
Well, we'll see what Davis Payne does now, who he fires out there, and he's going to go Sobotka, D'Agostini, and Oshie. So he's going to make a real big change here. Looks like he's going to put the big bodies of Berglund, Backes, and Stewart together. And that would put Backes on the wing, whereas we know in his career he's been an effective power forward as a winger. Although last year he spent the entire season as a centerman, and this year too.
And the last few years. And I was going to say D'Agostini did not miss a shift after limping off a few minutes ago. There's a drive by Petrie. It's knocked by a Blues player out of play.
Well, D'Agostini's been shaking his left hand a few times here, but looks like D'Agostini is a natural centerman, although he's a player that's been on the left wing and the right wing. Here's that situation. He went all the way there to the net and took down Eberle.
Sobotka wins the faceoff. Blues winning 55% of the draws tonight. Now to center ice for Oshie. Cross ice dump it. D'Agostini back there against Potter. And then Oshie trying to support the puck, but the Oilers flip it out. And PRB's got great speed against Pollock. And Pollock would have none of that. Showing his strength. And now Jason Arnott trying to tip it out. PRB kept it in. Now Gagne floats it well wide of the goal. Horkoff gets it. This line's been real good tonight. Horkoff had the game's first goal. Gagne out high, a drive blocked by Jackman. And then to Gilbert. And then played back of the net again. Pollock cancels Horkoff. Now D'Agostini there. He'll chop it. And it's off Gilbert's stick down the ice, but no icing.
Good break there for the Blues. That's a tired group. And now the Blues are going to be able to make a wholesale change. 5 off, 5 on.
And now they force a turnover. Here's a pass ahead. Steen was behind Schmid, but it was just too far for him. Now Steen gets it. Uses the body well. Here's Steen to the front. Oh, he had a couple of players there. Oilers get a break. And Ryan Smith, a break. And the Blues get back. And he never gets anything. As Ryan Smith would have had a breakaway, but had to wait. Now the Blues into the zone. And a pass to Steen, but the play is called back. As we get an offside. 13:01 to go in the third. And the Blues have drawn within 2. Midway through the third, the Oilers with a 4-2 lead, looking for their 5th win in a row. Well, tonight's Carsoup.com email the booth question. Rick from University City wants to know how many draft picks on the current roster are number 1 draft choices by the Blues or another club, and the answer, 10.
I was going to guess 10. Couldn't stump us. We knew it was 10. Huh?
Pretty obvious to me.
Yeah.
And David Perron is on the road trip, skating with the club.
Looking good. Looking very good. Feeling good. Getting stronger every day.
Here's Gagne. Toe drag, then a shot. And a save by Halak. The puck down low. PRB lets it go. For Belanger, now centered in Berglund. Good pass ahead to Stewart. Stewart from the red line. Blasted in. And Hobby Bullen will hold it. And hold it long enough for the whistle.
And here's a former first-round draft pick. There were 3 that season for the Blues, including David Perron, Ian Cole. If you take a look at Perron working it with Brian Elliott, goaltending coach Corey Hirsch right there. Be an exciting moment when he does return to the lineup.
Off the face-off, the Blues on that far side. Sabotkin, D'Agostini. Now chopped up this side for Ryan Smith, kept in by Pietrangelo. And Hobby Bullen saw that at the last second.
Did he ever fight that off?
And the puck on the line again. Pietrangelo, another drive. Rattles wide. Jones with it, almost gave it away to Oshie. Here's Horkoff for the Oilers. For Ryan Smith, can't cut to the middle.
Yeah, the surgeon on the blue line there. Pietrangelo strips the puck away from the veteran Smith.
And now we get a whistle and the puck shot out by an Oiler with 12:02 to go.
Quick shifts here for the Blues. Davis Payne goes right back with Arnott. Steen. And Jamie Langenbrunner. This has been a line that's been so good, so consistent. They've actually had a tougher time tonight. This things passes just behind the play, just off the mark. All it takes though is one shot from Arnott. He just has that ability with that heavy shot he has.
Now Steen wanders in. He'll fake it against Gilbert. And then Langenbrunner there to support, but he can't get it in front of Pjarvi. Marches back for Edmonton. The late man, Nugent Hopkins, a drive, and he put that one high.
Oh boy. Nugent Hopkins did a great job in his own zone on Steen, and then he gets a quality scoring chance and misses on. That's surprising.
He came late and found a soft spot. And now Gilbert back for Edmonton. All wheels into the zone. His drive and an arm save by Halak. And the puck lobbed ahead too far for Backus.
Keep that save that Halak made on Taylor Hall in that second period. Should have been a goal. Really should have been a 6-1 hockey game by that time.
It's 4-2 Edmonton, 11:05 to go in regulation. Shots 24-23 for the Blues.
And again, David Backus on the left wing with Berglund and Stewart. That is one big line.
Tipped in by Stewart. Potter back to get it. Now Pietrangelo races in.
Good pinch. Blues D, they're going to have to be, they're going to have to be active in the offensive zone, John.
And the Oilers played off the boards. And the Blues caught a bit. Here comes Ben Eager. Floats it in front. And Halak got over and made the save on the tip by Lander. And it's loose now, grabbed by Stewart. And there's Pietrangelo now for Backus. He'll slide one through the legs of the defenseman, now back of the goal. And Pietrangelo, he's trying to do it in all 3 zones. And they send it back to Nikitin. And then for Pietrangelo again. Up this side off Sabotka, but he was offside.
Boy, David Backus was barreling down the right side, and he had Chris Stewart just behind him. Didn't see him there. Otherwise, Stewart's got it right in the wheelhouse. I think there's a certain comfort level that David Backus has patrolling the boards. And for a big man, he's a guy that, you know, playing a goal line to goal line game every single night, especially when you don't have it. If you don't have those legs, man, that's a lot of responsibility. It's a lot of ice to cover.
Off the draw, Schmid. Back to hunt it down, almost turns it over. Now Belanger, and ahead for Pjarvi. And that pass tipped in. Look out, Belanger gets it. And he slides it right through the slot intended for Gagne. Blues get it. And here's TJ Oshie. Nice move at center ice by Schmid and in. And now the Blues change on the fly. Past the midway point of the 3rd period. Gilbert. And then for Horkoff. Long shot, no problem there for Halak. And now he decides to hold on for the faceoff. Oilers up by 2 in the 3rd. Well, you got to love the hair and the spirit of these young ladies.
Absolutely. And for David Backus, there's been some spirit in his play. Big crunching hit there on Eberle, and then back checking. on Hall, then on Nugent Hopkins. Then he rifles one under the bar and in, his third goal of the year to tie it at 1. He gets an assist right here. Stewart has still been given credit for his third goal of the year. Pietrangelo and Backus getting helpers on that to make it 4-2.
Stewart's the one who flipped it in front, and they're ruling that the Oilers knocked it in. And now Horkoff on the face-off against Arnott. Puck loose. Langenbrunner steps up. He gets to a loose puck. Langenbrunner a shot. Big rebound. And it bounced over Steen's stick. And now Horkoff the other way. Pietrangelo off the boards, just out of the reach of Arnott. And then backhanded in by Ryan Jones, the former Nashville Predator. Horkoff trying to work off the boards. Had his pocket picked by Steen. And the puck to center ice. Steen was in there offside, delayed offside. Now he tags up. Gilbert up to Horkoff, and that's played back in behind the Blues goal. Halak goes the other way for Nikitin. And then Kevin Shattenkirk. Great play into the zone to Stewart. Here's Chris Stewart. And he should have shot that puck. He tried to make that extra move and didn't get the puck on net. And he was 30 feet away. Now Backus knocks it down. In front. Oilers in the right spot to break it up. And here's PRB, knocked it out of midair. And a great right pad save by Halak to keep the Blues in the game. And then Petrie a drive and a glove save by Halak.
Terrific battle here from Yaroslav Halak. He's maintaining his focus, knowing that that next save can be the difference in the game. Think of last night, Roberto Luongo ends up making that one big save when it's a 6-4 game. And then Vancouver scored to make it 7-4 here. PRB's got great hand-eye coordination and then tries to go to the far side, only to be robbed by Halak.
Now it's D'Agostini for Oshie, but Gilbert got back to impede his progress and fire it up the boards. Kicked by Jackman, and then dealt in by D'Agostini. 8 minutes to play in regulation. There's Polak on the point. Hall knocked it away, and Nugent Hopkins away for Edmonton. He delays, and then down low for Eberle. Back to Nugent Hopkins. Just back to the corner. And then D'Agostini away from Eberle. Look out in front of his own goal. Risky play, got away with it. And here's Sabotka for Barrett Jackman. In for Oshie. Oshie, a shot up high and hit glass, and it comes all the way to center ice. Oshie gets a feed from Koliakovo. Good pass into Arnott. And his driver rocketing, a good save there by Avi Bourne. And Arnott can really fire it. Now Langenbrunner down low. Langenbrunner to the front. Steen missed it. Koliakovo steps into one. And that was blocking the Oilers. Numbers the other way. Smith and Horkoff. The pass by Smith blocked. And Steen gets it on for Arnott. And then Langenbrunner walks in. And his shot bounces wide of the goal. Comes to Pietrangelo. On the half boards. He'll play it low. Langenbrunner after it. And it pops up in the air. Arnott's there as well. Now Petrie there for the Oilers. And it bounces to center ice. And the Arnott line will go off for a change if they can. And that was a good shift. Now Petrie ahead. From the blue line. That's off a leg and wide. The RB picks it up in front. A shot by Belanger right on it. A save by Halak. Good shoulder save there. And Halak puts it high on the glass. Here are the Blues out of the zone. Stewart can't find Backus. And then Potter's pass. And then Belanger goes for a skate back in his own zone. Corey Potter trying to clear it out. He does. Just gives it up, and now Nikitin comes over for the Blues. Long stretch pass to Stewart. He'll drop it off for Shattenkirk. He gets by Taylor Hall. And now Berglund trying to work around a man. He can't, and they spring Hall to center ice. One-on-one with Koliakovo. Couple of great moves, and a shot. He put it high off the glass in there. They're loving it here in Edmonton. That's why that kid was picked first overall in 2010.
Time now for our Timberland Stay on Your Feet, and it features the multi-talented Taylor Hall, the one-time Windsor Spitfire that won back-to-back Memorial Cups. Balance, athleticism. Koliakovo does a good job of giving him that last second shove right there. You see Hall tries to bring it backhand, forehand, then go back again, and all he could do is really flip that out, but he did a great job of staying on his feet.
As Gilbert lobs it in, 5:40 left. Blues down by 2. There's Pietrangelo, who played with Hall on the Canadian World Junior team a couple of years ago. Bobby Boulin deals one to the corner. Puck rattled around. Pietrangelo gloves it down. And now they call a hand pass against the Blues.
Yeah, it was. Pietrangelo was trying to let his guys on the ice, Stewart and Backus, know that he had pushed it ahead, so he was trying to follow it up and say, don't touch it. You know, you know that Pietrangelo's hockey sense separates him from so many young defensemen in the league, and old defensemen for that matter, but an old saying was, you're playing the clock. I mean, right now, this whole third period, the Blues have been playing the clock, and down by 2. You got to do everything you can to keep pucks in the offensive zone, and there's no better on the Blues than Pietrangelo at that. Yeah,
they're going to have to pinch. The other defenseman's going to have to move into the middle to make sure that even if the puck gets chipped out, it's not going to really lead to too many odd man rushes. Got to have a good backup plan here, but you've got to definitely pinch now.
Well, Tom Rennie, the head coach of the Edmonton Oilers, he knows, I'm sure on that bench, he can feel that the push is on right here. The odd man breaks, the stretch passes that the Blues are getting are catching the forwards of the Edmonton Oilers in a bad spot, and the Blues are getting odd man breaks because of it.
And only three defensemen that have been here, 3 inexperienced defensemen. This is the time the Blues keep pushing.
Blues 9 shots on goal in this third period. The other night when the Oilers beat Washington 2-1, the Capitals had 19 third period shots. But Bobby Boulin he stood on his head and handed the Caps their first loss. Now Nikitin gets it back to the goal. And around for Langenbrunner. And then to Shattenkirk, he'll join the play. And back for Steen, that misfired. Now Shattenkirk again, but hands it right to Corey Potter. Here's Petrie. His pass too far for Eberle. And then grabbed by Carlo Koliakovo. For Pietrangelo. And then Backus on the ice. What a pass by him to Berglund. And Berglund going wide. Back on the line, Koliakovo. Good job to hold it in. Back of the goal for Stewart. Stewart for Backus. Shot. Rebound. Another chance for Backus. And it's still loose. And Stewart comes in, and that was off the right pad of Bobby Boulin. And the Blues came very close.
I like the determination of this newly formed line here. Backus had what? Did he have 3 shots at that on the short side? And then Stewart had 2? Bobby Boulin got his right pad on that last one. Phenomenal.
And the fans are hollering, "Habby, Habby." The Boulin wall. Now it's back to the Blues goal. And Shattenkirk under pressure there. Got it away from Nugent Hopkins off Sobotka's skate. And then pushed back in the zone by Petrie. With 3:20 left in regulation. Now Steen to pass for Sobotka. And he was not across the red line. But they wave off icing. D'Agostini on the forecheck with Sobotka. And the Blues get it. And then Shattenkirk trying to go back down the wall. That was picked up by Belanger and lobbed out. Blues using 4 forwards here with Steen on defense. Trying to generate something. And they drop it off. Steen off the boards. And then a good play by Petrie to knock it away. PRV gets it. In with Gagne. Left it. Gagne wide open. And what a save by Halak. He came over and robbed Gagne.
Great save by Halak. He battles his way over, loses his stick, and no rebound there. He has made some timely saves here. You know you're going to give up odd man breaks. You're pushing, especially with 4 forwards on the ice. Turnover by Steen, 2-on-1 the other way, forehand, backhand, and a nifty save there. A Plaza Tire Service replay shows the 2 saves there on Backus, and then the puck squirts out to Stewart right here, and he just gets the right toe on that last one.
And now off the draw, it's Pietrangelo. He jumps up for Langenbrunner. He'll chip it in. Grachev goes after it. Hasn't played a lot in this third period.
Edmonton's got their 4th line on the ice.
And the Oilers break it up, and here comes Ben Eager. 1-on-1 against Pietrangelo. And Alex did a good job defensively, now eager back on the goal. Worked over by Arnott. The Blues down by 2. They could pull the goalie at any point now when they move it down the ice. And Arnott gets it again. We'll watch a lock in goal. On to center ice for Pietrangelo. Drops it for Chris Stewart. The late man is Berglund, and he broke his stick. And then Pietrangelo back of the goal.
Oh, what a missed opportunity that is with the broken twig.
And now Berglund gets a new stick at the bench. Watched there by Horkoff, tipped to David Backes, and again dealt in behind the Edmonton net. Halak stays in goal. Puck shot around. Berglund cuts it off. Berglund to the line. Oh, and Steen had it bounce on him, and the Blues have to clear that zone.
I just saw Davis Payne motion towards Yaroslav Halak, pointing to his eyes, look at me. And here comes the arm, and here comes Halak.
Steen dumps it in. Blues go with 6 attackers. Sobotka to the line. Shattenkirk, a shot, and that's wide. Now across to Steen, and that was stopped in front. Now to Chris Stewart. Here's Stewart. Long wrist shot, missed the goal. Sobotka gets it. Back for Steen. Steen fires it off the goalpost. And then Shattenkirk a drive. Jones blocked that. And it's punched away by the Oilers. Under a minute to go. 6 attackers for the Blues. Down by 2. Here's Steen for Pietrangelo. Tipped by Arnott. It all the way down. Gilbert behind his own goal. And he makes the smart play off the boards. It won't go the distance.
Steen's out of gas.
Yeah, he's back on defense, and
this group has been on the ice a long time. Now they finally make a change.
now for Pietrangelo, quickly on to Stewart. Under 30 to go here. Stewart will dump it in. It's Backes against Gilbert. Puck on the boards. Oshie cuts it off. And then Gilbert stole it. Not cleared. Pietrangelo. The drive. That was off a body and wide. And then Oshie back of the goal on Belanger. Oshie wins that battle. Near corner now for Arnott. Arnott a shot. Tipped by Backes wide of the goal. And that will do it. Stewart at the buzzer. And a save by Javi Bullen. And the Oilers have won their 5th in a row.
Javi Bullen was strong when he had to be. Blues end up with 30 shots on goal. Finally, the urgency meter picked up in the 3rd period after such a sloppy 2nd period for the Blues. But our Bud Light player of the game, Ryan Smith, almost playing 20 minutes, back-to-back top games. He scores 2 goals and was strong on the boards.
Oilers win 4-2. St. Louis Blues hockey is an exclusive presentation of Fox Sports Midwest. Our next telecast comes your way Friday as the Blues return home to take on the Canucks. Coverage starts at 6:30. Stay tuned. Missouri Lottery Blues Live comes your way next.